Hi everyone, how are you doing today? This is Hillary, the marketing mom. Glad you're able to join me today. My topic today, my training topic today, as you know, in this channel, you get a lot of training videos ranging from digital media marketing, network marketing to moms building your business at home with the little ones. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. Today, I want to share with my moms in particular, but if we have the single dads out there, even dads who are building a business at home, how do you build your business? You're building your business from home and your children are not school age yet, so they're not out going every day to school, so you basically are pulling your hair out. How do you do that? Well, I want to share with you a couple of tips, because for those of you who don't know me, my name is Hillary, the marketing mom, and I've got two beautiful daughters. One is 4 at the recording of this video, one will be 4, and one is 1 year old. And we started this business before our first daughter was born, and then life happened, and our children were born, and I was able to leave my job, my at home job, my traditional job, as a data analyst, as a business analyst, a data analyst, I think I can't remember what they call us now, all right, but it's been a while. But I still love analytics, and I've used those skills to come into the digital marketing world. All right, so I'm an engineer, MBA grad, and I've merged those two into forming this business online. But in the midst of that, I became a mother, and I had little children at home, and running the business with them at home proved to be very difficult at the beginning, all right, which everybody goes through. Okay, so today I'm sharing with you, how you manage that. And one of the first things, we always say mindset is 90% of the game. Of any game, mindset is 90%, all right? But one of the first things that I had to come to realize is that I was not working an 8 to 4. I was working 8 hours in 15-minute slots or 30-minute slots. That was the first thing that I had to tell myself. And as an engineer, it was really hard because I'm used to sitting down for blocks of time, and my blocks of time seem to be getting smaller and smaller. So when I thought I could sit down for an hour to work, but then the baby needed nursing, and then there was something else that needed to be done in the house and all of this type of stuff, I realized very quickly that the time that I had, all right, and especially after I left my job, because this was before I left my job. Before I left my job, literally I had 2 hours a day to work my business. And I want to share that with you right off the bat, that the amount of time that you're going to have to work on any business, especially if it's an online business, when you have little kids, it's going to seem a little bit. But if you do it every day consistently, then you're going to start building and you're going to start seeing results. What you have to do is utilize those 2 hours as efficiently as possible. All right. One of the things that I really started realizing, especially once I left my job and came home and the kids were still home, was that my 2 hours could not be 2 hours straight. I had to do 15 to 20 minutes here and then run and go and do something. And their attention span is just as short, all right? So I could put my daughter, it was 1 at the time, I could put my daughter down to play with her blocks and play with her all her little stuff, all her toys and everything, right in the room that I was working, right, on the floor. And I will do something that I'll be able to do in 15 minutes, write an email, write a proposal, whatever the case may be, all right? And then my attention went back to her. So that was one of the first things that I had to realize, that the time that you had available wasn't going to be blocks of time as we know it traditionally. Okay, you spend 2 hours, you're going to sit down for 2 hours, set the time, and you go. All right. And when you're laser focused on building a business, you can do that. Now in online, the second thing that I realized is that I had to identify what were the income producing activities. Okay. And for the different, now that we have different businesses, I had to identify in each business, what was the income producing activity? Was it posting on social media? Was it writing an email to prospects? Was it making phone calls to leads? Was it sending out proposals to clients? All right. I had to identify what were those income producing activities, and then execute on that and focus only on those things until I could add another half an hour to my time, or if I could have added another hour to my time. Okay, so one of the things that I got trapped in, because I'm a very techie type of person, is that I spent a lot of time doing things that I liked to do, but that won't gonna produce much income. You know, like the color of the background of your website, or if this should be on this side of the page or this side of the page. It didn't really matter. And that is something that it's a mindset thing. All right, you've got to be able to identify in your business what are the income producing activities. At a certain point in my business, I realized that I needed to have what was it? I needed to have access. I needed to know what was going on inside of the newspapers, all right? So I had to spend 15 minutes because, you know, that's where, for one of our businesses, that's where we would get notifications about whether tenders were going out for the government. That's one of the only places. It's not online. So I realized that I had to, one, purchase the newspapers, the physical newspaper, and two, spend 15 minutes going through the newspapers. All right. So as a parent, you realize that every second really counted. Okay. And obviously, if you're a mom or a dad and you're home, all right, and your kids are home, they're thinking, well, mommy and daddy's home, we could play. No, all right. So I remember in the first 6 months that I was actually home and my kids were home, I still only had the 2 hours a day to work. And I thought to myself, well, I'm home. I've got 8 hours now. What's going on? Why is it that I could only find 2 hours to work? It's because I did not have in my mindset, okay, one, your kids are home, they're going to need you, right? And two, how you work and in the time frame that you work was going to be different, okay? So those were the two biggest lessons, you know, that I could share, especially with parents. If you're a parent and you're building a business online, it's going to be hard. It's not going to happen overnight, because if you think about it, 2 hours a day is not a lot of time, but it's what you do with that time. How do you build it? And especially if you're building a business that's online and you're using the tools of online marketing, you've got to know what your core business is. And then you also got to deal with all the marketing, how to market it online, place your ads and all that stuff. And I realized very quickly that I didn't have time for organic when I first started. So I had to just create a really good ad and click play and let it run. All right. And those are the type of solutions that you're going to find developing over your online career. Now, if you're somebody who's looking to shorten that curve, you know, that learning curve that we talk about, that learning path, you're willing to invest a little money to just learn that learning part, what I want you to do at the end of this video is click on that link. It's HilaryDeFreitas.com/EMP. E as in eagle, M as in market, P as in police. Okay. And you want to follow that link because basically it gives you an entire system of how to market online. A lot of people, they've got their business, they've got their core, but the marketing online stuff is what's kind of like confusing them, and it's what you're wasting time on. Okay. Take it from me. I wasted a lot of time doing things that I thought were marketing. And trust me, especially if you come from an MBA background, you have a lot of unlearning to do. Trust me, you've got a lot of unlearning to do to be able to produce what's going to be effective in the online space. Online space is very different to television. It's very different to trade shows. It's very different. Even though we're still dealing with the same people, we've got different tactics and different techniques online, all right? And that's why I always recommend Elite Marketing Pro as a solution, as a training base to help you understand and execute proper online marketing tools, all right? So again, for all of those moms and parents or fathers, I know I keep saying moms, I am a mom, so I'm partial to moms, right? But to all my parents building a business online with kids, little kids, first get the mindset in that it's one, it's going to take a really long time, and two, the time that you have is significantly reduced, and three, the time, even with that time significantly reduced, what you do with that time, identify what your income producing activities are and focus on those activities. Everything else outsource. All right, have a great day and I'll talk to you soon. Bye now.